Okay, so let's take a look at a few other desktop enhancements here. For starters, you might notice that the Quick Launch toolbar is gone. Instead, Microsoft is replacing that with what's called a super bar, although for the most part it looks the same down here, but there are a couple of neat features to this super bar, one of them being the fact that now you can reorder your applications. So perhaps you're irritated like I am by the fact that in previous versions of Windows, you cannot reorder your application. So for example, here if we open up Internet Explorer and we open up the Windows Media Player, notice they open up right where you click them, so it's not like you have the shortcut as well as the option on the taskbar. But you can grab any one of these and you can move them over, which is something you could not do when it came to previous versions. You'll also notice here that we're using the new Windows Internet Explorer. This is the 8.0 version. And if you're not able to tell just by looking at it, we can just click the little Help button and click About Internet Explorer, and it's Internet Explorer 8 Beta. So we say OK. Now what else is different? Did you notice down here to the right, it's right after the System tray, we have this little option, Show Desktop. Now this is a feature that's been part of our Quick Launch toolbar, and we could also hit shortcut keys like the Windows key and the D key in order to show our desktop. But now we have a little toggle button here. We can show the desktop or toggle it back on. That's a new arrow feature called Arrow Peek. And here you can see that if you right click it, you can show desktop or you can preview the desktop. This is grayed out because I'm doing this through a virtual system, so you're not able to actually see the effect. But you'll be able to put your cursor over this, and then you'll be able to peek through any of your open windows down to any gadgets or files or shortcuts that are on the desktop. So you won't have to go to the desktop. By clicking the button, you can go to the desktop. Instead, you'll be able to see through to the desktop. So that's a neat feature. Another neat feature is called Arrow Snaps. And this is a feature where, let's say you have a window open. So we have our Internet Explorer. And we'll shrink it up here. So let's say you want to maximize this window. Well, we could hit the button here, or if I just click it and drag it to the top, notice it changes the screen a little bit, the color changes. I let go, and it automatically enlarges it. Here, if I minimize again, if I move it over to the left, again the screen changes, and it expands to the left side. If I move it over to the right, you get the idea. So you can drag your windows around and they automatically snap to one side or the other. You can also use things like the Windows key with the arrows. So let's say I click the up arrow here. Notice it brings it up to the top. It expands it. If I were to hit the Windows key and the left arrow, you see it moves it over to the left side. So you get the idea. That's the Arrow Snaps feature. Another feature is called Jump Lists. And jump lists are included in a variety of different locations. For example, they're included off of the icons that are located in the taskbar, or the super bar as they like to call it. And you can get to these by, you can right click on the icon and you can see them there. You can actually grab any one of these icons and pull up. You notice with your mouse, you click on it and you pull up and it brings up whatever options are there. So sometimes there are jump lists, sometimes there's not really much there to show. If you click the Start orb, you'll notice there are jump lists off of the applications here. So with the Start menu, the jump lists pop out to the right side of the Start menu, and then you can quickly get to the tasks involved, or depending on what the jump list displays to you, you can click whatever the actual link is that you're looking for. And so for the most part, those are the desktop enhancements that we see with the Windows 7 beta, but obviously there's a lot more going on. So stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next lesson.